Hello, hello friends. In this video, we will learn how to write code in Python. So today we will learn about the class, how to write class code in Python. So first we will learn about the basic code, like what is the basic code, basic class. Then what is the inheritance in class. Then what is the multiple class variable. So basically we are having just single object, like single class. Let's say it's employee, all right, and then it is belonging to different sub employees. Like this is having instance of employee 1, then employee 2, and it is having employee 3, and so on. And this employee is having this name, you can say. It is having address, it is having contact number, all right. So many parameters are there. So these are the different parameters of this employee, and you can say that they are totally depending upon on these parameters. So here you can see these are the parameters and the features of the employee. These are objects, e1, e2 and e3 are objects, whereas this is a class, right? So I'm going to clear this frame. So let's walk through the code. First, write the basic class is structure. Like my class is aim tutorial colon x is equal to 5. All right, so I run this code and initializing the aim tutorial class. All right, so meanwhile this code is running, I am going to print this class name aim tutorial. Right, so will it print the value 5? No, of course it will print the feature of my class. All right, so what is the feature of this my aim tutorial? That is the different section, that is class. It is of kind class, neither it is a list, nor it is loop, nor it is any kind of for loop, anything, but it is a class. What is the main here? It is the starting point of this class and starting point of this code. Then we will have like some variable. Let's say p1 is equal to aim tutorial then I want to assign the object of this the parameter, the features of this class. So what is the feature of this what is the characteristic of this class? It is p1 and p, that is p1 dot x. So p1 is the object and it is going to create this feature. So I'm going to run this now. So it is going to p1 like aim tutorial. All right, so aim, so my mistake, this T is capital. Then I will run this code again, and then we are having value 5. So this is basic class in structure. So along with this, let's say I am having one more class that is having aim. I'm going to define the initial value in it. Init is means it is the initial function, means it is the initial value. All right, so in it, and then self comma name comma is, let's say this is the employee parameter. Alright, this is the definition first. So now I'm going to define self dot name. What is the name self here? It is just the how to write this self name. I'm going to define here. It is having self is actually define the function which is of class itself. So it can have the data, all right, it can have the method, all right, so it can have variable like x comma y, it can have any function like sum and so on. So it may point towards the data or the method, all right. So I'm going to clear this frame again. Let's move towards the self function. So self dot name going to point the self itself. Then this self dot age of the employee is storing the self itself. Now I'm going to create first object, that is the new name. And what is the name? Let's say Sachin. And what's the age? Let's say 33. So now I'm going to print the p1 dot age. All right, I'm going to run this code. So this is printing 33, right? So 33 is the age of employee, that is the p1, all right. So let me take e1 here instead of p1. So I'm going to print the age of first employee, that is e1. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let's say I'm copying this line, to copy these two lines to C, and then e2, and then let's say the second name of the employee and the age, then print the function. So it is going to print. What happens if I will print e2 only? Let's see. So it is going to print the main object. It is object, not the class itself. Can you see that this is the object, not the employee only, right? So now it is going to print the object. So next I am going to define Python inheritance. What is the Python inheritance? It is parent class is the class being inherited from, also called base class. So first I will define the base class, then child class is the class that inherits from another class, also called derived class. All right, so this is the concept of inheritance. All right, so here I am having the parent class, let's say employee, and the further class, let's say family. All right, so this is the base class and this is the derived class. All right, so here you can have the feature and here you can have the feature of parent class, but this child will include all the features of its parents, like x, y, and this is having z. So automatically it is going to inherit x comma y also. Now this child is having x comma y comma z. All right, so how to write the code for the same? So let's say I'm having this parent class let's say class parent is having aim underscore parent, and it is including init function underscore underscore and then self comma first name comma last name. Right, then self dot first name is equal to f name or last name is equal to l name. Alright, so in the same way we can have the second parameter, the second definition, second method, that is the def, and it is going to print name. The function name is print name, not the conventional print function. So it is having just single parameter, that is self only, and it is going to print. Now I am having conventional print function here, self dot first first name comma self dot last name. All right, so this is going to define the parent name. So use the parent class to create an object and then execute the print name method. So here I am next in x is equal to aim underscore parent, then the values of the first name, let's say it's a Sachin, and value of the second name, that is Saxena. Alright, so I'm going to print, going to call that second parameter, that is print name, and just run this code. Alright, so this is going to create the parent name. So yeah, this is it should be L name, not the last name. Alright, so it is going to print the last name because of this print function. So thus we have created, how we have created the parent name. Now child class without any parameter. All right, so how to define that child class? What is the parent? Suppose let's say family. All right, and family of aim tutorial. All right, so it is going to inherit the aim tutorial. So aim tutorial, I have defined it here, aim parent, aim parent, it's giving suggestion here. So suppose I don't want to create any function or any parameter, so I'll give just pass. Okay, I don't want to create any variable or any function here inside this child class, so I'll write just pass. Then I will create just y is equal to family, then first name and any last name. Okay, so also I'll call that y dot print name function. Okay, so it will print the employee name here. Okay, so this is the base function and it is the parameter or the method defined inside the parent class but being executed inside the derived class. Okay, so now I want to pass now pass some values to derived class. All right, so what is the class name? That is, what is the derived class name? That is the family. Then what is the parent class name? Aim underscore parent, then colon, then diff, then again any definition, then initialization, then self comma f name comma l name. All right, then self dot first name is equal to f name, and self dot last name is equal to l name. All right, I want to create its own. I won't if you will not write the initial value, so it will overwrite the actual value. Okay, so first I will print in the same way. Okay, like z is equal to family, and then Mike, Peter. All right, and going to call print name parameter. So then going to run this command. Let's say it's going to print the function name. All right, so this is how we can add. So one more thing we can do here. I can add few more thing here. All right, so I can have that aim parent also. All right, so aim parent dot init, and then what is the self comma self is equal to what is the name here? What is the name here? It is the self comma print aim parent. It is first name and last name. Control C. I can copy this code. All right, so I just paste it here, f name and last name. So I just print it here. So this is how we can inherit the base class and the derived class. Okay, so I can create one more thing here, like s is equal to aim underscore parent, then like first name and the last name, then s dot print name, and then you can print the function. All right, so in the same way you can have the parent function and the simple function. All right, so you can write also like print hello my name is plus str self dot first name. All right, my first name is, and my last name is last, so it is going to print, let's say. So there is no self is not defined because we are not printing inside the display function. Okay, so we can have that we must give like s dot, we can give like s dot first name, s dot last name. Let's see. So this is going to inherit the s first name and s last name. All right, so similarly you can see I can write in the second name, instead of s, this one I will, this time I will write z and z. Let's see what will be the output then. So it is the z parameter, so that is having Mike Peter, so Mike Peter is the z function. So this is how we write the class inside the function. Okay, so similarly we can have the constructor and deconstructor. Okay, thank you very much, happy learning.